I don't like this. But hey, it's Tulsi Gabbard, DNI Tulsi Gabbard, who's saying today, nearly after 60 years of questioning surrounding the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we're releasing 230,000 MLK assassination files now available at the archives. The documents include details about the FBI's investigation into the assassination of MLK, discussion of potential leads, internal FBI memos detailing the progress of the case, information about James Earl Ray's former cellmate, who stated he discussed with Ray an alleged assassination plot, and more. Thanks to President Donald Trump's leadership, Executive Order 14176 resulted in 3 unprecedented interagency efforts to identify, digitalize, declassify, and release files related to the federal government's investigations into the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Sr., and Dr. King. Wow. So you know what we said here at Hardlands Media? We still want the truth on the Epstein files. This isn't going away. No distraction will work. Where are the files? They were on Bondi's desk. They were there, right? You heard Pam Bondi say that, right? Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for no, Kit. You didn't hear anything, so shut up. Type 2 in the comment section. Aha, there we go. We're gonna beat the algorithm here. Type 2. No, Kit, you heard it. We heard it too. You're not crazy yet, buddy. I know you're gonna be in that padded cell too someday, buddy. We'll be there, right there with you. But not today. Not today, honey child. You're not crazy today. But don't worry. Hey, look. You're not going to believe this. And guess what? You don't have to believe him. It's Alex Jones who says, America demands an arrest now. How did Samantha Power make all of that money? Look, Samantha Power, Susan Rice, Valerie Jarrett, James Comey, James Clapper, clap on, John Brennan, Barack Hussein Obama, and Ben Hamas Rhodes, the Shady Bunch. Wow. America demands an arrest now. Listen, Alex, I'm going to say something. Hardlands Media will say something here. Yeah, well, this looks like a distraction to get people to forget about Epstein. Where are the files? This story will not go away and will not die. People want to know. I think 10 years ago, you'd be saying something different. Release the files. I mean, I'm not wrong here, right, folks? I mean, am I going crazy? You know what? This might be it. This really might be it, folks. I think it's over for old Kit Kat. I think it's finally over. I think it's finally over. It's all over. It's all over for Kit Kat. It's all over. But look, there's something interesting here though we have to bring up here, because look, and I am ever hopeful that maybe I won't be disappointed. But hope in one hand, crap in the other, because House Democrats to force another committee vote on Epstein. So Democrats will force another vote on releasing Jeffrey Epstein-related documents during a Rules Committee meeting Monday afternoon, pressing Republicans yet again on the matter before lawmakers leave this week in August. Why are they always going on recess? Jesus Christ. I've never seen a bunch of people go on vacation so many times. Even the Roman Senate, at its most highest form in corruption, was able to get things done. Even the Roman Senate, was Hannibal at the gates, was able to get things done. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. It's all right. I'm due for a meltdown. I'm due for one. Okay. I'm due for one. Rules Committee ranking member Jim McGovern said in a brief interview Monday that we're going to give them one last chance to do the right thing before their August recess break. Well, they're not going to do the right thing. The committee is scheduled to meet at 4 p.m. There will be a vote, McGovern said, and he added that Republicans are afraid of Trump and the possibility he's implicated in the documents. Democrats are planning to offer GOP Representative Thomas Massie's bipartisan Epstein bill as an amendment during a panel meeting this afternoon. So, oh my goodness. So Representative Thomas Massie is going forward. So look, I could have my disagreements with people, but there you go. I'm not holding out hope. I do want to hold out for hope, but I'm always disappointed because I never get what I want. Republicans on the Rules Committee voted down the Democrat amendment to advance Massie's Epstein bill. McGovern called the GOP effort a glorified press release. Instead, Rules Committee GOP members backed their own non-binding resolution calling for the release of a limited scope of Epstein-related documents, but Speaker Mike Johnson didn't immediately put it on the floor vote. Johnson Get your mind out of the gutter. Johnson doesn't plan to put the non-binding resolution on the floor this week before the August recess, or possibly ever. That would call for the administration to release Jeffrey Epstein-related documents. But I thought Trump was going to be releasing all the documents. He told Pam Bondi to do it. Bondi, why aren't you doing it? Girl, baby, girl, do it. I'm quoting AOC here. Massie's pressuring GOP leaders to simply put his bill on the House floor this week rather than waiting for him to force a vote. Force a vote? Huh. I swear I've heard that somewhere before. Maybe from a comedian from Chicago. I don't know. Force a vote. Maybe I heard it from a group. A Democrat socialist group in America. It's in their plan or something. I don't know. So he's waiting for him to force a vote by gathering signatures for a discharge petition, a process that won't be ready until lawmakers return from recess in September. God almighty, what's up with all the vacations? Johnson will not do that either, according to senior Republicans on Monday. Johnson said discharge petitions are never a good idea for the majority party. Well, I want to play this video here. We're going to play this video here. As a family.
I was wondering, with the paralysis in the Rules Committee, it seems like they're not going to be meeting again today because of Epstein amendments. Have you chatted with anybody about that at this point?
Well, it wouldn't really matter. Their Epstein bill resolution is non-binding, so it's kind of fake. The resolution that I have co-sponsored with Ro Khanna would actually bring up legislation that would be binding on the president.
Is your understanding that will ripen the day after lawmakers get back from August recess?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have 6 days and we needed 7 days for the discharge petition to ripen before we could bring this up before the August recess. So we'll have to bring it up after the August recess. But the good news is the speaker has no interest in keeping us here one extra day.
I was wondering.
So that's good news. I mean, I can appreciate that. I mean, hey, make these politicians suffer, you know. And Marco Rodriguez says Thomas Massie giving Twump the birdie. Yeah, no, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now we can all work together, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't put all your stock and faith into these politicians, because remember, the Democrats are now talking about Epstein because it's politically convenient for them to do so. I think the only if I had to project a feeling, I think the only one who seems to be sincere is Massie at this point. Okay, now look, Maxwell is behind bars. She's behind them bars. I mean, if she's not guilty, why is she still there? But whatever, it is what it is. 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 But there's something else I want to bring up here, okay? Because, yes, this will be disturbing to sit through. But this right here, Trump's former casino president, Jack O'Donnell, claims Trump and Epstein were best buddies, once seeing them with 3 women that looked too young to enter. Ugh.
You know, I mean, first off, it's laughable that it wasn't a good friendship, if not his best friend during those days. I mean, he frequently came down to Atlantic City, the two of them, to attend special events. I heard reference in several conversations, and in one conversation where I had to specifically talk to him about Epstein and his presence in the casino. So it was. I mean, it was. In my mind, it was his best friend, from really the time I was there for 4 years. His name was, not constant, but it came up quite a bit. And, one incident that I think kind of, proves their closeness and how much they hung out together. One time on Monday morning, I came in and the commission was waiting. The inspectors were waiting in my office. And Donald and Jeffrey had come into the casino in the wee hours of Sunday morning, 1:30 in the morning. 2 buddies. They had 3 women with them, and the commission was waiting for me because they had determined that the women that they brought down were underage to be on the casino. And when I asked them how they knew that, by the way, one of them was the number 3 ranked tennis player in the world. Okay. And this guy happened to be a tennis fan. And he said, Jack, I know she's 19 years old. Okay.
Well, 19 and I think be on a casino floor. I think gotta be a little bit older, but okay. All right. What are you getting at here, buddy?
So, and to get on a helicopter with a friend and 3 other people and fly down to Atlantic City, I mean, you can connect those dots.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, what else did you see? That's something else. I also want to pull up this statement here from John Michael, who tipped $10. 2 questions. 1, if Trump is on the list, why didn't the Democrats release them before the 2024 election? 2, if it was bad for Israel, why didn't they destroy it? Still release the files so we can all see. I want to see. But here's the thing, Mastermind, you made a response. 1, because there's just as many Democrats on the list as Republicans. 2, no way they would destroy all that delicious blackmail. Yep. All that delicious airmail. All that delicious airmail. But also, hold on. Maria Farmer, one of the earliest whistleblowers against Jeffrey Epstein, told CNN that in 1996, she was called to a 9 p.m. job interview at Epstein's office only for Trump to show up. What?
I've waited 3 decades to be able to even be heard about this because the government has not held any of the people I reported accountable. And so basically the night before I went in, before I began working for Epstein, he called me at very late in the evening and asked me to come up to the Helmsley Palace offices. And I didn't even have money for a subway token. It's kind of embarrassing. So I had to go running up there. And so I told Epstein, I'll be up there. It'll probably take me until like 9. He's like, okay. So I get there and I'm waiting. It's dark, like there's no light on in the offices. And I thought that was really weird. So I'm seated against the wall in the main part of the offices and just waiting for Epstein. And he says, I'll be out in a minute, and he's got the door closed. And then a few minutes later, this man walks in a business suit, kind of tall, imposing. And I immediately was like, that's Donald Trump. What's he doing here? I'm supposed to be working for Epstein and interviewing with him. Why is Donald Trump here? And he walked up about, a few feet from me and just stood over me in a very imposing way and looked at me like he was in on some secret or something. It was really weird, like smirking kind of. And I felt threatened. So I made an ugly face. And when I made that ugly face, Epstein walked out from the offices on this side. Trump's standing here, I'm here. And he walks out of his office and he goes, oh, no. He was laughing at me. And he goes, she's not here for you. Follow me, right? And he escorts.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. There's a lot of stories about Trump. There's a lot. But the thing is, Democrats, if you're so sincere about this, what are you going to do when you find out some of your favorite older leadership is still part of this too? Because yes, everyone's focusing on Trump and Epstein. I want that same energy for Bill Clinton and Epstein too, folks. I want to see those on social media. I want to see them all together as friends. All right. So all that smack on Trump, just remember, good old Bill, good old Billy boy has the same amount of photos as Epstein too. Just throwing it out there.
Him in to this other room. And I always wondered, who was she in there? Was someone in there, right? And I have no way of knowing, nothing. But I felt very intimidated because I had on running shorts and I was vulnerable, sweaty, just a nobody in an office with these 2 men. That it felt very predatory and uncomfortable. I have to say that when I made that ugly face, he backed off. It wasn't like he was aggressive after that. But
I want to pause right here. Hassan, I'm going to recommend to you, it's on Apple TV, folks. Now, I had a friend purchase it. It was actually going for 99 cents. It was like a special offer because I guess Apple TV wanted to give a middle finger to Trump or whatever. But there's a film called The Apprentice. Now, Trump is very upset about this movie, but it's about him and his relationship with his first lawyer that he had, who apparently was his teacher in regards to attacking and pushing back. I found it to be a fascinating film. I actually did a YouTube short on it sometime, I believe, July 3rd. I did a YouTube short on it, or sometime early in June. I did a YouTube short. It was actually, it was on the day when the U.S. bombed Iran, actually. So I was watching 2 movies back to back, and then all of a sudden I get notified, hey, Trump ordered a bombing in Iran. But it's a film worthwhile to check out. And I think, Hassan, you'll get your answers. So to everyone watching it, be sure to check out that movie. And also, hey, don't forget to comment, like, and share and subscribe to the video and all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm. See, I can go on tangent here and tell you guys that, hey, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment too, and share the video on the social medias.
But he made a really vulgar comment following, and I don't know if it was like, like locker room talk in the 90s, the way men were, but he made a joke to Epstein. Oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was so strange, because at the time my sister was 15 actually. And I didn't think it was funny, even though it was just a little bit inappropriate, but I thought, I don't know what it was, but anyway, and then they entered that room.
So Epstein says, she's not for you. And then when did Trump make the comment about your age? Again, you were 25 at the time, right? So, I mean, you were a 25-year-old woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Was
a
it
woman,
after Epstein
right.
said that comment that he made the comment about age, or?
Yes. So he first said, no, she's not here for you, which immediately made me feel weird. Like, was there someone there, right, in that other room? And so that's another reason I was nervous. And so as soon as he said that, laughed, I made the face, all that stuff, they started to walk away into that other room where he's escorting him. He goes, come with me. And he takes Trump into this other room in the offices at 9:00 at night. And there's no one else in, that I know of in these offices, but was someone in that room. So I always wondered what that was about. And anyway, that comment was made under his breath as they were entering that room.
As they were.
So what's the takeaway here? Well, first of all, we all know that the Epstein Files, they're being purposely hidden. They're being purposely pushed into the background. And I want everyone to understand this. This is a serious, serious problem here, because we're seeing an attempt for everybody to deflect and ignore the MLK files, 230,000 pages being released. Now there's also talk about going after Barack Obama because of Russiagate. Last I checked, I thought Russiagate was nothing more than a stupid big old hoax. Like, we don't need to waste our time on Russiagate, but yet here we are talking about Russia. We don't need to be talking about Russiagate. We don't need to be talking about this, okay? And you know what? I hate to say it, with the RFK Senior files, the JFK files, and the MLK files are going to be nothing more than stuff that we already know, more copies, more stuff. We want to know what's on the files. And the reason why Trump people are upset about it is because for 5 years, big time influencers, especially on the right, who are now also part of Trump's administration. I mean, are you not going to release the files? Do it. Release the files. Or not. I mean, there's names on there. People want to know who hurt these men, women, and children, okay? Because, children got trafficked, but there's also other women who got trafficked. Wouldn't surprise me if men got trafficked. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Epstein to do anything, okay? I want to know. You're not going to tell me that there isn't a little black book? I mean, Diddy had all those Diddy tapes. What happened to the Diddy tapes? What happened to the Diddy tapes? Where are the Diddy tapes? That's what I want to know. The story isn't going to die. The more they try and deflect, just remember, they're trying to bring out things to distract you. I hate to tell you guys this, but I'm willing to bet that there's going to be another engagement with Iran just to get people to forget about Epstein. Am I wrong? I don't think so, but they're trying anything so that everyone will stop talking about it. Don't stop talking about it. Don't stop bringing it up. I also want to pull up something else here too, because we actually posted this video sometime 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe a week ago. But we retweeted it out. And it was actually a very difficult video to sit through, actually. And it was a difficult video for me to process and make. I didn't like doing it, because it was, was the implication of the movie. And it was actually commentary from the Joe Rogan podcast, but I didn't talk about it too much because, it was a lot to talk about. But, this is a tweet that we posted out. In case you missed this, Stanley Kubrick movie's Eyes Wide Shut gave us a warning about Epstein. This is posted on Hard Lens Media. Go check it out. It's in our YouTube page. And you know something? For the victims, for those that are not here, for those who are gone, we must speak out for them. If we remain silent, this will happen again. And you know what? My fear is right now it is happening again. Don't let this story die. Speak. Who's on the list? We want to know.